what I get to do in life is it's an honor and a privilege, and I know that not everyone gets to do what they love. So like you have to come out there and you have to be a positive person. We could teach the rest.
Hi, and welcome to Kelly, where we talk about life, your life and my life. And through Kelly, we hope to inspire. I have Michael Mueller on the show today. I want to say Bueller.
Yeah. And it's funny you mention that because my director of photography, my DP, his last name is Beeler. So
you both get it.
We kind of get like, but if you mix the two, we could be Bueller
Yeah.
together. Like, so that might be an idea for a production company. And it would be legit, not just taking it from Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, I like that. So you're a filmmaker. You're opening a studio, creative studios.
Yes, creative studio. So and a director, filmmaker, editor. Just on the indie level, we all wear every hat.
Yes.
So
Yes.
which I think is good because it really allows you to figure out what you like most as you go through your journey.
Yeah, and it really helps if you've gone through all those, mundane jobs, and then you're a director because you know how to run the camera, you know how to edit, so you know how to tell people that you want.
I definitely,
or what you want.
I agree with that 1,000%. I think being coming from camera op or editing, it really allows you to be a more effective director because you're shooting for the edit.
Yeah, I've seen my husband with camera operator, thinking he can't do a certain shot, and he'd take the camera and go, "Yes, you can. It's right here." And that's just not being egotistical or anything, but you just you know that, so you know how to get the shots that you want. So we're going to talk about your feature film that was written by Edward Reed. He's been on the show.
Yes.
I know Edward very well. Called The E-Listers, and it's about background artist.
Yes, you got it. Background artist it's very important that they're very big about their title in their subculture. So
Artist.
It's background artist, yes, and it's an art to it.
There's an art to it,
Some people I know refer to it as moving wallpaper. Other people are artists, so there's a very wide spectrum of that. Yeah.
So tell us about the project and where you're at with it, and
so
what's going on.
We are right at 98% done in post-production, so we're lining up for a March premiere. And some of the incredible things, because the story is about, it's like the underdog story. Edward Reed, who wrote it, he's also the main character, and he kind of leads this rebellion of the background artists into to eliminate the class warfare that happens on sets. So there's just a lot of standout characters. But the production of itself was actually like that underdog story, like it shouldn't have been something that actually happened. We shot 77 pages in 7 days.
What?
Yeah. So that in itself, I think is
how's that even possible?
You gotta have, so I actually just got done filling out, answering a bunch of questions for No Film School because they're covering it too. And the interesting thing is like it really comes down to having your team in place and having a lot of pre-production stuff figured out. So it was really about having a great crew that already knew each other and knew how to work together.
Moving.
But then you're also like, the cast really has to be on point. I think sometimes, especially on the micro budget scene in the indie world, you're not always going to have a great pool of talent, let alone have like 6 core members that just bring their A game every day. So it was allowing us to just shoot quickly and get it where there wasn't like a lot of adjustments from my standpoint. And we shot A cam and B cam, so that the double coverage helped too. So we were really hashing that out pretty quick.
Oh, awesome! Congratulations. So your studio also handles a lot of like post production and things like that, which is great because some people, that's where they get stuck, is in the post production, especially a new filmmaker, because they may have skills for the camera but post production is tough.
It is, and I think that's, coming from as a natural editor, that's kind of like where I got my start. It's always been a big important piece to me, and actually I love just the art of editing, because it's like something in the cut or the color grade or the sound design can completely just change the way something is taken by the audience. So I really enjoy that part of it. I really love all the stages of it, like, from casting to being on set, working with everybody, and then sitting in my dark cave editing. You know what I mean? Like, it's really where you see it come to life, like all that hard work.
Yeah, so important. So what are future projects that you have?
I've actually, I have 2 different scripts that I've currently optioned with writers to go into production on those. Not comedy, a little bit more on the thriller side, but we're still in the process of wrapping up the paperwork on that. So no like official announcements, but and then a couple scripts that I've been working on. So it's just a matter of timing and how those things fall into place. Right now we're just full blast running with the E-listers, and then right after our premiere in March, it'll be available on Amazon.
Now, how do people follow to find out where the premiere is? And
so there's a site, it's elistersmovie.com.
Okay.
And we have everything on there. We have the trailer that's on there. We also did like a first look, which one of our shots, it's one of my favorite shots out of it, it's a 7.5 minute continuous take that goes through extras holding, and Ben Beeler, my DP camera op, he was like, I got 5 takes in me and that's it. So like, if you don't get it, you don't get it. And the challenging piece about it, the way Edward wrote it, and I was like, there's just no way he considered anybody in the production process when he was writing it, because it was like some of the most complex blocking that I've ever had to go through. So we go through this swooping scene where it's just rows of people sitting, and he's like identifying the different cliques of the people that, like, you have like the weird creeper people.
It's like going through high school where you have the different...
Exactly, like in the cafeteria of high school. So, but the way he wrote it was he has his narration that he's doing, explaining it, but then as we approach each group, they have dialogue that they're talking to kind of support what he's saying. So going and doing that through a room of like 50 people, and then it's like you have the script supervisor, the camera guy, the boom op, and all these people are like shuttling through everything, and it was just like, it was super crazy, but it came out to be like one of my favorite pieces of it, so it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Wow. And something else that your studio does is taking somebody's script and putting it to...
Yeah, so like if
that's what you did with Edward.
Basically what it does, and we do it at the most affordable cost, just because my team, we're always working, so I can probably get better rates than if it was someone that's trying to piece a team together. And for Edward being a writer, actor, it was a no-brainer for him once we sat down at the table, and I was like, look, you don't have to find locations. You don't have to find, like, the only thing he had to worry about was his character, and he was heavily involved in his casting process. But other than that, from creating the shoot schedule, everything from the pre-production through production to post, like, it was easy for him. He didn't have to worry about finding all the individual crew pieces, because we kind of just came in and did that for him. So it worked out really, really well. And that's something that we offer to other writer, producer type
And I think
people.
that's good for people, especially people in the audience, to hear, because I have a lot of people that come to me or they're like, I've got a script, but I don't know who to go to. And we're always working on our own projects too,
Right.
we're always busy in our own projects, so we're not really doing other people's projects, but it's good to know that there's there's something available like that. This is for you to remind you that you're a gift in life.
Okay.
I'm only giving out a few today because we all came back from the holidays. What's some advice that you can give to an upcoming artist?
Just filmmaker in general?
Yeah.
I really think the most important thing outside of, perfecting and constantly working on your craft, because I have this thing, like, you have to be obsessed with your passion to be
Yes.
great at it.
Uh-huh.
It's not something that is just going to happen. You have to constantly work at it, and no matter what stage you get to, there's always going to be someone after that same position. So you have to constantly work at it, but it's also about finding your tribe and the team that can help accomplish those goals
Yeah.
and stuff, because it's the greatest team sport on earth, because you'll never see a more random group of people come together for one common goal to tell like a great story. So that's find your tribe and always be working on your craft.
I love it. How do you, in your experience, because I know one of the problems is trust, like
Yeah.
who to trust. Like,
Yeah.
how do you, what's your radar?
So this is really
And we're
interesting.
wrapping up, so just to let you know, but
Yeah. So the interesting part that I go through, like when I'm crewing up or when I'm looking for new team members, it throws everybody for a curve, because I'll get all the resumes, look at reels, all this stuff, see that they got the skill set, but then I hold interviews, like in-person interviews, and then they always look crazy at me because I'm not asking them anything skill set. Like, I need to know if you're a decent human being, and how are you gonna add to the environment, like in a positive way. Because
Right.
me and my team, we can teach skill set, but I can't teach someone to be like a decent human being and
Yes.
be like a positive person on set or in production, because it's long hours.
And
it's,
the worst thing is when you have somebody that's dragging that, when
yeah,
you're in
like
the
they
drama.
don't want to be there. Like, I feel like what I get to do in life is it's an honor and a privilege, and I know that not everyone gets to do what they love. So like, you have to come out there and you have to be a positive person. We could teach the rest, you know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing, is the way people answer questions like, oh, tell me about when something just went horribly wrong on set, and how did you react, how did you fix it, type thing, because 50% of the time on set is fixing problems.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always finding a solution. It's not like the fun creative part. It's like, oh crap, this isn't, we're not getting to feed to this camera, whatever.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's like always something crazy happening.
Yeah. No, wonderful information. Guys, we hope that this segment educated and inspired you.